Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith, and lifestyle. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button must turn gray. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into today's video. So we're back after a whole month of going MIA. I am so sorry. I still want to just send out a word of gratitude and appreciate each and every person who has been watching my old videos during my, I don't even want to call it time off because it wasn't planned time off. Life just happened, mental health just happened, health just happened, a lot just happened. And the last month was insane. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to everyone who's been checking up on me as well, because I've been getting a lot of emails and messages on my Instagram saying that I am missed, and that's why I am here trying to get back on my feet, because I realize that this channel is bigger than myself. This channel is not for my gain. You know, if anything, we're imparting knowledge as a community of young professionals and as a community of young adults as well. So if I'm not pulling my weight, you guys can't pull your weight either, and vice versa. So yeah, anyway, as you can tell by the title of today's video, we are speaking about email etiquette, a video that you guys requested based off of another video that I recorded. I can't even remember. That's how out of it I am. I can't even remember what video it was. I'll have to go and look for it. And yeah, you guys asked for an email etiquette video based off of that one. So I'm coming back and making my comeback with this video because you guys requested it, and yeah, super excited to finish this year with a bang. I do have a lot of videos planned in the pipeline that I just need to gather the strength to record. Yeah, these things don't come easy to me anymore. Hey, sitting in front of a camera is not as easy. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let us get into the first point that I want to highlight before I get into the email etiquette tips and tricks that I want to impart to you guys today. The way you communicate in a professional setting, communication, first of all, can be verbal, it can be written, so oral or written. The way you communicate to others in a formal setting can make or break your reputation. It's either people are going to take you seriously because you communicate well, or people aren't going to take you seriously because you don't communicate well. So keep that at the back of your mind as we go through these points. I'm not here to make anyone feel less than. I'm not here to make anyone feel like they don't know how to write emails. But if I've highlighted things that you don't currently do, go back to the drawing board and kind of see where you can improve. You know, there's always room for improvement. Even myself. Yes, I'm sharing these because I know these, but I'm not an expert. Every day is a school day for myself, and the same should be for you as well. Another thing I want to stress is that now that I've spoken and touched on communication, let us also show each other grace. We don't all come from the same backgrounds. We don't all come from the same schools. We didn't all do English first language or English home language or whatever it is. So let us show each other grace. Some of us did Zulu and Afrikaans at school, or whatever, or Tswana and Afrikaans, or Tswana and Spedi, or Tswana and Italian, or whatever it might be, whatever your languages were. So with that in mind, our level of proficiency in English will not all be the same. However, if you feel like you are lacking in your English skills, whether it's reading, writing, speaking, whatever it is, be intentional about improving it. It is the most commonly spoken language across the whole world. Do yourself that favor. of actually enhancing your English speaking skills, because this language is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So we might as well get up with the times, keep up with the times, and improve our English, right? So that leads me to my first point of how to write better emails, how to enhance your email etiquette, which is number one, to ensure that your spelling and grammar is correct at all times. Not only do Gmail and Outlook and so forth have, spell checks and autocorrect and all of that, and grammar checks and all of that, you need to take it a step further and ensure that you are writing things correctly as well. Don't rely on the computer to do things for you, because if you're relying on the computer to do things for you, that means you're not where you're supposed to be. And like I said, baby steps, there is always room for improvement. I don't know how to spell all the words on this planet either, but if I don't, I go and Google to make sure that I'm spelling it correctly in an email. Because sometimes the email platforms won't actually pick up that something is spelled incorrectly, because in perhaps a different region, it is spelled like that. For example, if you if you are comparing US English to UK English, that's very different. US uses Z's and UK uses S's, so sometimes it's technically not spelled incorrectly, but depending on where you are, it's spelled incorrectly. I hope I'm making sense. This now goes beyond just general writing. Also ensure that the recipients' names in your emails are spelled correctly as well. I will forever be haunted by the first email I ever sent out in my professional career. On the first day that I started my first job, I spelled someone's name incorrectly in an email, and it haunts me to this day. I'm glad that my reputation then went ahead and kind of fixed and aligned things for me with that particular person, but people's names are in their signatures. People's names are in their email addresses. Make sure that you spell it correctly. I have never spelled someone's name incorrectly since then, because I was so embarrassed. No, the person didn't come back and say, hey, you spelled my name incorrectly. But I saw it after I pressed send, and I was just like, so please ensure that people's names are spelled correctly. People automatically switch off if you've spelled their name incorrectly. I also switch off. If you spell my name with a small r instead of a big R, or if you spell my name Rory instead of Rori, I already get turned off. So I know how it feels to be on both ends of the receiving and the sending. Ensure that people's names are spelled correctly, above and beyond ensuring that everything else in your email is spelled correctly. I'm going to stop there. It's extremely important. I cannot stress this enough. Ensure that your words are spelled correctly, grammar, sentence structure, all of that is correct. And more importantly, ensure that people's names are spelled correctly as well. People will not take you seriously if you cannot spell their names correctly, because clearly you can't take them seriously because you're not investing in taking the time to ensure that their names are spelled correctly. Number 2, this is a pain point for myself. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But if you don't need to CC the whole world in an email, please only CC the people that it's relevant to. Nobody wants their emails to be spammed with hundreds of emails that they don't even need to be a part of, unless if you're escalating a matter or whatever, or trying to cover your tracks. But you don't need to cover the whole, or you don't need to CC the whole world. Genuinely, it annoys people. I'm not gonna lie. You don't need to CC the whole world. You don't need to CC your boss's 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 boss. There's no need. Your boss, maybe your boss's boss. That's even stretching it. That's it. You do not need to CC the whole world in an email. Also, when you get an email and it's like a email list or whatever, contact list, don't hit reply all. Now you're gonna say thanks John, thanks John. We don't all need to see everybody saying thanks John. Don't CC the whole world. Don't hit reply all if it's not necessary. It really is annoying. This is a corporate peeve that I've picked up in a lot of people. It's really annoying. Don't A reply all is not necessary, guys. Like, it's really not necessary unless if it is necessary. Yeah, I won't belabor the point. Let's get into the next one. Number 3, an extremely important one. Make sure that your subject line is relevant. So, my tip with this, always guide the reader as to what that email is for. For example, if an email is just for them to read and they don't need to do anything about what they've read, then I say in brackets, for information, then I'll write semicolon, Rorisang's performance review forms. I'm just trying to think, yeah, because I can't say a lot of other things. So, for information, Rorisang's performance review form. If you want somebody to actually action something, then you should highlight in brackets before you write the subject line. In brackets, for your action or for action, or action required. Action required is actually the best one. Action required. Google form for ABC. I don't know, whatever. And then that person knows that when they open this email, there is an action required from their end. They will also be prompted to open that email sooner. For example, I see it even with myself. If it's a for information email, I'll get to it, but I'm not as urgent or on my feet to read it, because I know no actions, or I won't be a bottleneck to someone if I haven't actioned anything or if I haven't read it. I don't know if that makes sense. But if it's action required and it's stressed there, action required, then I know, Rory, open it immediately, because that person requires you to action something in order for them to continue with their work, right? I hope that makes sense. The last one I want to give you is urgent. In brackets, urgent, then your title, your subject line. So that they know, even if it's for your information, but it's urgent information that you need to read, they know immediately, I need to open this email now, it says urgent. And then they'll open it immediately so that they can read it. So that 2 weeks later, you'll be like, yeah, remember you needed to, and then it's, oh yeah, I didn't read it, because they didn't know that it was urgent. You understand? So always prompt the recipient as to what your email is about and what it requires from them. Whether it's an action, whether it's for them just to read for their information, or whether it's something urgent or whatever. Because as corporate professionals, we know our inboxes get flooded every single day. If you are going to slack on some emails, let it be the for your information emails that but urgent or action required, you need to get on top of it immediately. So also prompt, whoever you're sending an email to have that same attitude as well. Number 4, always add the email addresses of whoever you're sending an email to after you've drafted the email. I've seen so many people send an email or put out like an email address in first, and then they press send by mistake, or they forget to attach something or whatever, and then they're embarrassed, or they find themselves being looked on poorly because you sent an incomplete email, you sent an email that you didn't spell check, you sent an email that didn't have an attachment when you said please find attached. So always make sure that you add the emails last, because even if you press send by mistake, it's going to say an error message is going to come up to say email can't be sent because there aren't any recipients in the email, where the recipients are supposed to be. So always add them in last. Just for yourself, just to make sure that no mistakes are done on your end. As a young professional, you really are trying to build rapport within your workplace. You really are trying to build a good reputation for yourself and a good brand for yourself. And emails do more than you can even imagine. I don't think people realize how much emails can do for you and for your reputation, and how you write emails can make or break your reputation. So just make sure that you add the email addresses last, so that if you press something by mistake, rather it bounce in your inbox than go to somebody and it's incomplete and there's spelling mistakes and or you left something out or whatever, you know. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. But please make sure that you add email addresses last. Number 5, this is a tip that I learned from my buddy at work. Always schedule your emails, send your emails, especially if it's to external stakeholders who you're trying to keep a good reputation with. You don't want to, or you want to always make sure that your emails are perfect, precise, nothing is left out, everything is accurate. So by scheduling an email, schedule sending an email maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, it gives you time to reread your email, reread your email, and make sure that everything is correct. Make sure that your attachments are attached correctly and all of that stuff before it actually goes out to the client. So this gives you that like extra 5 to 10 minutes, or you can even make it an hour. But personally, I don't want to promote long turnaround times for emails or for responding to emails or sending emails. So that's why I always make it like 5 or 10 minutes long. It gives you that leeway to quickly just make sure that everything is correct, to quickly just make sure that all your ducks in a row are in a row before this lands in a client's inbox or your boss's inbox or your boss's inbox, whatever it might be. So if you can schedule send emails, or if you get very anxious to send emails to important stakeholders like I do, schedule send the email, move away from your laptop, go make a cup of tea. By the time you come back, the email would have sent and you wouldn't have to have dealt with the anxiety of closing your eyes to say, I've pressed send. You know what I mean? It is so nerve-wracking to send an email to a CEO, a CFO, an MD, whatever it is. So just schedule send it, stand up, go and make a cup of tea, go and watch something on TikTok or whatever. And then by the time you come back, the email would have been sent, and you wouldn't have had to deal with that anxiety. Number 6, start your emails with hi or dear that person's name. Not hey, how's it? We're not friends. We're not friends. This goes for DMs as well. Like, so many people will just say hi. Hi what? Hi dog. Hi. I'll call her my second mother. So one of my mom's friends who basically raised me as well. She shouts at us if we just come in and say hi, hello. If you can't say hi to your mom, what makes you think it's okay to just say hi to anybody in a professional setting? Hi, mama. Hi, Coco. Hi, auntie, whatever. Hi, Rory. Or hi, whoever you're sending, hi, Sandra, or whatever, whoever it is. Or dear Sandra, dear Rory, dear whoever. It makes the other person feel like you've taken them seriously. Also, we learned this in English paper 3, I think, when they teach us how to write emails. This is why I'm so shocked actually as to why people can't write emails. Guys, we did this in school. I'm not being shady, but we did this in school, guys. It was the easiest paper. And how do we not know how to write emails? Anyway, dear somebody. And if you don't know the person's name, a good day or a good afternoon or whatever will suffice. Or to who it may concern will suffice if you don't know who you're sending the email to. But if you have the privilege of knowing the person's name, please put it in there. Make sure it's spelled correctly, like I mentioned before. And make sure that you put it in capital, like the first letter in capital letters, uppercase. People's names are titles. Don't spell somebody's name with the lowercase. It's disrespectful. Personally, it's disrespectful. Yeah, anyway, let's not dwell on that one. Number 7, if the email trail is only starting now, always ask how that person is. Hi Rory, I hope you are well. Show that you care. people in corporate settings are going through a lot. Even if they don't respond to that, I hope you are well, or I trust this mail finds you well, even if they don't respond to it, the fact that you actually care about their well-being, I'm not going to be shady, but I mean, corporate can be sideways sometimes. So sometimes people don't actually care, but it's the effort, I guess. It's important to ask someone how they are when you get home. Hello, mama, how are you? If you can't do that in the workplace, what are you doing? Like, first, you don't even say their name. So, hi. And then, can I please have A, B, and C? Slow down. Hi, Rory. I hope you're well. As per our conversation, can I please have A, B, and C? Not just hi. Can I? Oh, for your no. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Oh yeah, let's get into the next one because that one touches me all the time. I'm just like, you're gonna ask me for, especially you guys in my DMs and my emails. Can you please help me with A, B, and C? Can you please review A? Have you asked me how I am? You didn't even spell my name correctly. Number 8, a very, very, very important one that will help you structure your emails correctly. If there is a lot to mention in an email, or if there is a lot to respond to in an email, use bullet points or numbers so that you can break down each topic or each concept that you need to respond to into bullet form. It's a lot when you get this long paragraph from someone and it's just too many words on a page and you get lost in the words. So bullet points make things easier to read, to the point, straight, concise. People don't need to think, or you also ensure that you've covered all your bases. If there are questions from a client or whatever, then you, with regards to this, here's my response. With regards to this, here's my response, and so forth, right? Structured, clear, concise, to the point. We don't want to be lost in storybooks in an email. Otherwise, it should be a meeting. If it cannot be structured correctly in bullet points or in, short paragraphs in an email, schedule a meeting. Rather, just schedule a meeting because clearly, rather just schedule a meeting. It's fine. And I like meetings are the bane of my existence. But if an email is too long to be an email, schedule a 15-minute call or 30-minute call to unpack whatever needs to be unpacked that you would have ordinarily unpacked in the email, or send the email, but then schedule a meeting, even if it's 15 minutes, just to clarify that when I was saying this is what I meant, because sometimes things get lost in translation and then messages are blurred and we don't want that. So bullet points, and if you cannot make it into clear, concise bullet points or into short paragraphs, schedule a call. Okay, and the last one, this one, I know I've said very important for a lot of ones, but this one, it's never too late to learn this one. So even if you aren't new in your working career and you've come across this video, this one is extremely important. If you had a conversation with someone, either telephonically or in person or whatever, and some important things were said, some important things were agreed on, always send a follow-up email. Hi, Sandra. I hope you're well. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me on the phone this afternoon. As per our telephonic conversation, kindly find a summary of what we spoke about or a summary of the agreement down below. Just to cover your bases, paper trails are extremely important when it comes to corporate. If it is not on email, it didn't happen. If it is not on email or on a paper trail, it does not exist. They're not going to say he said, she said, and entertain that. Paper trail. Cover your bum. Paper trail. I'm sure this isn't the first time that I've mentioned this. I think in one of my corporate tips and tricks videos, I've mentioned it before. If it happened telephonically or in person, go back and make sure that a paper trail is left so that you can have your bases covered. So that it's not I didn't say that. No, but here's the email as proof to say that we spoke about A, B, and C. Then they can't come back and say, I didn't say that. Oh, no, you. Corporate is a dog eat dog world. And if somebody chooses to have corporate amnesia, they will have corporate amnesia if it's in their favor. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, I hope this video helped. To all the professionals out there who are watching these videos, please do share some other tricks that I might have left out in the comment section, because a lot of students come across my videos and a lot of them are the ones that have been asking for this video. So if there's something I've left out that you think is extremely important, please drop it down in the comment section. And also, if you are watching this video as a student, comment down below what tip you will definitely be working on and be mindful of when you enter into the work world. So yeah, and don't think that professional emails are just in the workspace. If you're emailing your bursary company for, an update on your financing, or if you're emailing an internship or whatever it might be, it's very important to learn how to structure your emails and to write emails correctly, even as a student, even when you haven't started working. Even as a high scholar, if you're looking for a bursary, or if you're looking for, a holiday work or whatever, it's very important to be able to articulate yourself well from a written point of view. Guys, people will take you seriously if you take yourself seriously. And by showing that you take yourself seriously, your emails need to be well written. Anything that you write, anything that you say, anything that you put out there is a reflection of you, and you don't want a negative reflection of yourself out there. Anyway, so with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it, with so much love and so much light from me to you. Have an amazing rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye, guys.